everybody, welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, it seems like Naughty Dog's new standalone Last of Us multiplayer online game is facing a horde of trouble, and not the cordyceps kind. According to Bloomberg, the number of people working on the project has been reduced, partly as a result of the Destiny Studios feedback as to its quality and viability. Bungie raised questions about the Last of Us multiplayer project's ability to keep players engaged for a long period of time, which led to the reassessment, the Bloomberg report claims. And no matter what you think of Bungie being the ones to come in and be like, is this gonna keep people interested for a long period of time? Is this gonna keep players engaged, entertained? They do have experience in this because they've failed quite a bit, but they keep learning and they keep growing, and then they bring back Cade and everything's fine. But that same day, before the Bloomberg report was published, Naughty Dog released the following statement on Twitter. We know many of you have been looking forward to hearing about our The Last of Us multiplayer game. We're incredibly proud of the job our studio has done thus far, but as development has continued, we've realized what is best for the game is to give it more time. Our team will continue to work on the project, as well as our other games in development, including a brand new single-player experience. We look forward to sharing more soon. So it seems pretty safe to say we're not going to see any sort of multiplayer game from them anytime soon. But honestly, from my point of view, I don't know that we need one. There's so many multiplayer live service cash grabby games that in this case, The Last of Us, for example, is a game that, while a lot of people like the gameplay, most people are there for the story, right? They want to experience the story. They want to live in that world and go on that adventure. And I don't know the multiplayer is going to capture that in any sort of way. It's just going to be kind of the multiplayer Last of Us version of probably a multiplayer game that already exists, like Division-y or some sort of Fortnite-y. They're all just reiterations of the same thing, but with the skin of the franchise. And when all these companies were trying to make the next World of Warcraft or the next League of Legends or the next whatever is popular at the moment right now, Fortnite, for example, or, when Among Us was a thing, suddenly a bunch of Among Us clones. Maybe just keep making what you're good at and giving the audience what they want rather than this. I don't know. I'm sure someone will tell me how I'm wrong, but I don't feel wrong on this one. Speaking of things I'm probably going to be told I'm wrong about, Remedy has made some announcements about the upcoming Alan Wake 2. And if you're looking for a physical copy of the game, I got some bad news for you. Shortly after the game was highlighted during the PlayStation Showcase, it was revealed via Remedy's FAQ page that Alan Wake 2 would only be released digitally. For one, a large number of players have shifted to digital only. You can buy a Sony PlayStation 5 without a disc drive, and Microsoft's Xbox Series S is a digital-only console. It is not uncommon to release modern games as digital only. Secondly, not releasing a disc helps keep the price of the game at $59.99 and the PC version at $49.99. Finally, we did not want to ship a disc product and have it require a download for the game. We do not think it would make for a great experience either. So first off, as a person who has multiple friends who love collecting games and having walls of physical copy games, I know this is going to be a bummer to them. I just know it. But personally, as a person who doesn't collect physical games and tries his hardest not to clutter his home and office with a bunch of stuff, this is great for me. Keep the price down, give me my game. I'm totally okay with it. Do I understand that in the long-term historical narrative of gaming, this might be lost to time if there's no physical copy or original disc release version of it? Sure, I understand that, and that kind of sucks from an anthropological standpoint, but from I'm saving money, and you're giving me my game anyway, and I don't need, the collectors. Here's the thing. Collector's editions barely come with the game anymore. Sometimes they just give you a download code, and then most of the stuff that you're paying now $200 for, it's crap. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, but I love my collector's editions. Nah, man, half of them are scam city. But I understand what the complaints are going to be. I get it, and they're valid. But I'm fine. So roast me in the comments below. I'm sure I deserve it. But yeah, this isn't that dramatic to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, thank you. Anyway, while we're over here being dramatic, it's time for some dramatic releases. Tomorrow, the return of a classic with a fresh new look. The System Shock remake comes complete with new HD visuals, updated controls, sound, and music, along with an overhauled interface. Even the original voice actress for Shonen herself makes a return. I am genuinely interested to see Night Dive take their crack at this beloved title. It is one that I used to play all the time back in the day. I'm definitely going to make time for it. If you want to test drive it right now, there is a demo available on Steam. Just grab it and get ready to play on the 30th. Then a scary Game Squad favorite comes out on the first, Killer Frequency. Remember that game? It was a sort of a mix of horror, comedy, and late night radio station. Step into the disc jockey shoes of Forrest Nash, a late night radio host who has to help his callers from being hunted by a mysterious killer. Honestly, the puzzle solving, the radio bits, all of it was so much fun, and now it is a full game. I'm absolutely here for it. I'm gonna try to get the guys to play. And then, this Friday, the game I'm gonna waste my weekend playing, Street Fighter 6 hits consoles and PCs everywhere. The next installment in this classic fighting series is arguably the biggest we've ever seen. Street Fighter 6 features a robust story mode, multiple ways to fight, baked in live commentary on your matches, and more. Honestly, I suck at Street Fighter, but I love going to EVO, I love the competition, I love watching high-level players, and more importantly, I love that there's this wacky single-player adventure that I'm gonna just eat up. It's gonna be great. Play it this weekend. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks so much, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.